We was awaiting for the decision in this trial for a while now, and it is not looking good at all for rapper DigDat. It said that DigDat has been found guilty of attempted murder over a drive-by shooting in West London that we covered on this channel. The 25-year-old from Deptford, southeast London, was in a stolen Audi from which at least 6 shots were fired at a man in another car in Notting Hill on the 20th of November 2023. Shots hit a 27-year-old called Daniel, known as a rapper called Striker, in the head, mouth and body, and he was lucky not to die, prosecution barrister told the Old Bailey. The shooting was actually captured on CCTV, and the person who fired the shots fired directly at the head of the victim. It said that DigDat, whose song Air Force peaked at number 20 in the UK single chart, showed no reaction as the verdicts returned. Sobbing could be heard from the public gallery as jury unanimously found him guilty. DigDat, real name Nathan, was linked to the shooting after his DNA was allegedly found in a stolen Audi used in the shooting. DNA allegedly belonging to his close friend Kamal Benjamin, who's also a rapper known as Wesson, was also found in the stolen vehicle. Ammunition in Clingfield. It said firearm officers found the victim injured in his flat after being taken to hospital. Bullet fragments were removed from his skull, but the victim had declined to make a witness statement and did not want to participate in the trial, the jury heard. The car used in the shooting was discovered by the police more than a mile away, as well as a bag containing a firearm and 3 rounds of ammunition wrapped in Clingfield. Prosecutor Kate Becks said the 25-year-old defendant was one of at least 2 people in the Audi when it pulled up beside the victim. At least 6 shots were fired from the rear passenger window, hitting the victim's Striker in the head and mouth and body. He was lucky not to die, Miss Becks said. Jurors heard that the firearms officer arrived quickly and found the victim's Mitsubishi outlanded and riddled with bullet holes, with the interior covered in blood. Officers followed the trail of blood and found the victim had returned to his flat and was sitting on the sofa in shock and severely injured, the court was told.
In the driving seat. These times my car's already in park. This is like I put it in park when I parked up anyway, you get me? Flipping, I've turned on the car, I've spanned the wheel with my right hand all the way to the right, yeah? And I've pressed on the gas as hard as possible. I've licked into the car that's been shooting at me. These times they all shot at my tires. They come to do their thing. You get me? I've spanned the wheel all the way to the right. I've licked into their car with force. These times I'm driving a big car, I'm driving a big Jeep, you get me? They're in a smaller vehicle. I've licked into their car with force. They've crashed into about 2 cars on the road, and then they've sped off. I'm in my car now in the middle of the road, just like I feel like God had blessed me with calmness. I weren't panicking, my heart weren't beating fast.
Police dogs recovered a latex glove and a black bag containing a firearm and 3 rounds of ammunition near where the Audi was abandoned. Further inquiries alleged that DigDat had borrowed a BMW to make 2 trips on consecutive nights from his father's home in Deptford to Notting Hill that weekend. Miss Beck said it was clear that DigDat was involved in the shooting and there was no innocent explanation for the BMW and the Audi being in the same West London location. Besides that BMW, DigDat's DNA and his friend was found on the headrest in the Audi. So what the police are basically saying is DigDat had his main car, a BMW, made his way to where the Audi was, the car he was going to use in the shooting, then abandoned, then went back to his BMW after to leave the scene. And Miss Beck said the police had made inquiries about the whereabouts of DigDat's friend at the time of the shooting and established he had been released from prison on license. As a result of this situation, his license was revoked and he was recalled to prison. But apparently by then he had already fled the UK, jurors were told. It said that DigDat's friend from Victoria, Central London, posted a video on Instagram of Little Dirk, who had performed in Dubai 4 days before the shooting. Another post the following month showed him in a nightclub with rapper 50 Cent, who had performed in Dubai December 21st, 2023 after the incident. I guess him posting both the Little Dirk clip before the shooting and then also the 50 Cent one after was making it look like he was in Dubai throughout and couldn't have been involved. The police are basically saying that they see through it. Prosecutors are going to the extent of trying to prove their friends as well. It said that Kamal Benjamin performed music under the name Wesson, and messages between him and DigDat were recovered from both Snapchat and Instagram. It's clear from the messages between them that they're very close indeed. On November 6, 2023, the month of the incident, DigDat sent a message and a photo of them sitting in the car, believed to be a Lamborghini, with a caption "My N" and a heart emoji.
Oh, it is. Come on. Eat, gang. Big drip. Where we at?
The prosecution, Miss Bex, has said that Mr. Benjamin did not leave the UK on November 5th, 2023, as the evidence suggested he had. It was either that or his DNA had been left in Audi by someone with whom he had close contact. She added there is no doubt that this defendant, DigDat, and his friend not only know each other, but in fact are very good friends. The messages exchanged between them make that clear. As you can see, this is the early stages of the trial, so not everything's pieced together, but a lot of the evidence against DigDat, to be fair, is circumstantial, which we've seen a lot of people in the past still get big sentences over. You got to remember, even if DigDat didn't directly pull the trigger on that person, if he was around and helped put this incident together, even paid someone to do it, or went along and was in the same vehicle, anyway by conspiracy, he will still get a long sentence. What's been most bizarre in this case is the person that was actually shot, who posted up that hospital video, Striker CGM member that is friends with DigDat, done a podcast with Bouncer and actually said he doesn't believe that DigDat did it and he will be free soon, saying that he's from West, DigDat is from South.
They nicked someone for man shooting, innit?
Yeah.
These times I'm just here thinking, what? Like, who? You get me?
Yeah.
Cause like, you get me? I'm just thinking, who?
You know, yeah.
So when I heard that they bagged my man,
yeah,
I was shocked. I was thinking, bro, man's like, yeah, man's from West. This youth's from South. You get me? It's next,
what's
like,
all this about?
Yeah, you get me? So. Like, and you know what it is? You see the internet. The internet's a wild place. You just see bare speculation.
Yeah, of course it is.
That. So like, it's like,
bro, it's like 13, 14-year-olds flipping.
I know.
15-year-olds like in the comments, bro.
But it's funny because I'm looking at it. It's not funny because, bro.
Yeah.
Free my man, innit? We can't be having innocent.
Yeah, of course. My man's in there innocent.
And you know what it is?
You know what I'm saying?
The truth will always come out. Yeah. So you get me? That's all I gotta say about that situation. I don't. You get me? My man. That's a mad thing, innit? You know what I'm saying? That when my man got gripped, I was thinking, bro, that's mad, isn't it? You know?
But it does not matter what they say, he has been found guilty in court. It'd be interesting to see his sentence. Again, there's guidelines, it could vary, but definitely he's going to spend a lot of time behind bars. He has spent some already, but I'll let you guys know what that number is. DigDat from Deptford, southeast London, is found guilty of possessing a firearm and a self-loading pistol with intent to endanger life, and possessing ammunition. It says 9mm cartridges with intent to endanger life. He was also convicted of charges of possessing a prohibited weapon, ammunition without a firearm certificate. She added that DigDat is a highly dangerous individual who had at the time of the shooting only just been released from prison after serving time for a separate offence. If you guys remember when I first covered this trial, there was another guy linked to the DNA of that gun as well, and he allegedly fled to Dubai, but he has not been sentenced today and there is no involvement of him in this case in the documents that's been released. As you can see, it's just DigDat in these articles that's been sentenced. Talking of Dubai, Fredo is a rapper that when coming back could be facing his own legal issues. I covered that on my last video. Make sure you guys go watch that.